Linces cósmicos, ¿qué tal? Qué gusto estar aquí con ustedes de nuevo. Vamos a seguir donde lo dejamos, con el señor Ebrat.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Tú estás a cargo del puerto.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
¿Por qué te refieres a mí como señor Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
No soy de sentarme, no va conmigo. Obviamente no me sentaré para mantener un poco como de respeto, ¿no? Estamos hablando como iguales.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level.
A lo que le llamas mismo nivel realmente es su misión escondida, pero está bien.
Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Sentarte.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Intentar devolverle el guiño.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Ya tengo dinero, pero sí, aceptar dinero de él, a pesar de que está la opción, no me da buena espina. ¿Conoces a Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Cómicamente gigante. Guárdatelo, me las arreglaré.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Agradecería cualquier ayuda que pudiera proporcionarme.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right.
¿O ya habíamos hablado con él o este cuate nos investigó?
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Obviamente esta la vamos a perder. Pero si la perdemos, creo que subimos nivel de algo. Sí,
God,
salud.
you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
No, no estoy a punto de llorar. Intentar mantener la calma.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
No hay Harrys que valgan. Deja que tu mente te lleve a un lugar seguro.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
La verdad es que la silla es muy incómoda. No me vendría mal un vaso de agua.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
He oído que el sindicato está involucrado en el trapicheo de drogas local.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly.
Lo estoy.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
Parece que este cuate simpatiza más con mis pecados pasados.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
¿No vas a preguntarme cómo me he enterado?
Harry,
No, ¿cómo he entrado?
honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
A mí también me fascina la resiliencia y el atletismo de esta herramienta integrada. Darte unas palmadas en el pecho.
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
¿Tú estás al tanto de que hay un tío mega rico que refracta la luz en uno de los containers que tienes ahí afuera?
Mega rich lightbending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
Estaría en el contenedor cuando alguien accidentalmente cerró la puerta.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich lightbending guys.
Creo que quiere acabar con el proletariado, Everard.
Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect.
Sí, el transporte de los ricachones debería estar regulado estrictamente. No parece que fuera seguro.
You're a fucking idiot, Harry. I love it. Thank you for sharing this deep, idiotic part of yourself with me. A hallucinating market liberal. I love it. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container town.
Tal vez sea bueno que no lo sepa. Me has llamado señor Dubais. ¿Por qué?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
Entonces, ¿ese es mi nombre de verdad?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
Mi memoria está bien, solo te estaba... ¿Será bueno mentir? Así es, mi memoria está un tanto nublada.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is... I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out. I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
¿De dónde has sacado esa carpeta?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Dejemos esto claro. ¿Cuál es mi nombre completo?
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange.
Me siento como un Dubois, pero no como un Harry. ¿Algo más largo? Algo más largo.
Sure, okay. You're Harold. Harmon. Haroldamus? But that's not what the record says. The record says Harry Dubois, a real man's name. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
¿Sabe algo de mi familia? ¿Tengo mujer e hijos? ¿O...?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Yo creo que sí. Sería un padre maravilloso.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry.
¿Qué clase de policía pone que
Well,
soy?
Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
Me disculparé. ¿Qué? Yo no me disculpo tanto. Soy una persona
Well, you
confiada.
sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man.
Ojalá se pueda ver.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Eso no es una carpeta de la
Okay,
NCR.
Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
Pero tú también estás corrupto. Entre gitanos se
He
dan la
got the
mano.
name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
Me encanta cómo se enfadó porque no le
That
salió.
means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Así que la oficina del censo dice que mi nombre es Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Hablemos de mi arma
Yes,
perdida.
your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Espere, puede que hayan comprado el arma en la casa de empeños de Roy. ¿Han tomado eso en
Yes,
cuenta?
thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
¿Significa esto que si trabajo para ti, recuperaré mi
Damn
arma?
it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
¿Qué es esto? Estoy investigando lo de tu brebaje
I
turbio.
don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Quiero hablar del
Oh, of
ahorcamiento.
course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Detecto un pero
But
por ahí.
there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kim, ¿lo somos? ¿Somos unos
I'm
ábrelo
not
todo?
sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now, I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
¿De quién es la
No,
puerta?
no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
¿Por qué no la abres tú
Harry,
mismo?
I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
Así
I
es.
repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
¿Cómo
A
que
loud
comadreja?
blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Seguro que ni siquiera sabes nada del
Harry, my
ahorcamiento.
dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Maldita sea. Vale, me encargaré de ello. Necesitamos información sobre el asesinato.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just
Okay.
open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
He conocido a Joyce, la representante de la
Oh,
compañía.
that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
¿Solo
We're all
colegas?
trying to do what's best for my aides. Don't feel like I can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
¿Qué le sucedió al anterior negociador? ¿Al señor
What do you
Gaumont?
mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Cedió parte de su terreno en negociaciones previas. ¿Por qué ibas a dejar marchar a un aliado
He's
así?
an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Le llamaste enano.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Ajá. Según Joyce, la anterior cabecilla del sindicato desapareció bajo misteriosas circunstancias.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
No manches. Estoy hablando con un funcionario de México.
There was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Qué curioso, Joyce no mencionó ninguna cacerola.
Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
That much is true. His heart truly is in it, though you wouldn't think so by looking at him. This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction. If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Everett, Joyce cree que el sindicato está despreciando sus ofertas.
Yes, yes. Low-balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
¿Por qué no te
If
reúnes
she
con ella?
actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of
Hablemos de
course,
otra cosa.
Harry, let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. my brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
It
Así
is
será.
rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Me marcho ya, Everard, pero puede que hablemos luego.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Genial, no me gustaría quedarme aquí
Here,
atrapado.
you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care.
¿Puedo hablarle otra vez?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. Yes, yes. My
Mi arma
best.
perdida.
What's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid schizo? See you.
Ok, sí, bla. Me marcho. Ya casi subimos de nivel otra vez. Este número de armadura. Ya habíamos hablado. También hablé y nos dijeron que en el episodio de 19, que no se grabó bien, hablé y habían dicho que la armadura era de una compañía que crea armaduras de ese estilo, que se ha cambiado el nombre muchas veces y que al parecer es de una farmacéutica que contrata a esos mercenarios. Eso es todo, y que hablara después. La puerta del soplón, qué extraño. Ay, todavía no puedo ver esto, no manches. Bueno. Bueno, nos vamos, creo que ya no nos va a decir más. Que por cierto, antes de eso, ahorita me acordé. Ahorita se los compro, la hora del karaoke. Ahorita voy. No, encuentra... ¿Dónde está lo del arma? Bla bla bla, crimen, Joyce. Encuentra tu placa. No sé todavía. Misterio. ¿O está acá arriba? En busca del marido, René Borch abre la puerta, encuentra los guantes. Ok. Fumador del balcón. Sí, es cierto, sería bueno eso también verlo en su momento. Demuestra tu autoridad ante Titus. Hay que recoger los dados. Todavía no podemos mandar el cuerpo hasta no haberlo revisado bien. Los tatuajes de la víctima, que Joyce debe de saber algo, pero no nos va a decir. Rastrear el número de... encuentra Morel. El muro. Pégate un... el misterio del atasco. Encuentra tu placa. No, pues no dice como tal lo del arma, pero bueno. Vámonos. Vente aquí. Estoy un poco atorado. Sí, nos subimos por acá. Y luego por acá. Sí, luego está medio extraño cómo se mueven en el mapa, pero bueno. Y afuera va a estar Leo. Leo, ¿cómo estás, carnal?
Oh, hey, mister. I'm really be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when I opened a bathhouse basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
¿Te importaría responderme a unas preguntas
No
si no es
trouble
mucha
at all,
molestia?
mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes.
No hay nuevas. Bueno, me voy. Ese cuate me llama la atención, el Ebrard. ¿Puedo bajarme por aquí? Sí. Ah, bueno, tenía de todos modos que bajarme por ahí. No sé, hay algo.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic.
Conectividad, ok. Lo puedo volver a hacer. Conectividad creo que son con los guantes.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. Your fingers run over the dial pad.
Ahí está.
005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final number. Calling. Calling. Still
¿Quién estoy
calling.
llamando?
Then,
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help you? Video
¿Dónde he
Revachol
llamado?
is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. No.
¿Me conoces? No, me refiero a qué significa
Sir,
ese
I
lugar
don't
para
know.
mí.
It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. Maybe you
¿Por
call
qué
to
te
extend
llama?
your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
Mi nombre es Harry Dubois.
Let me
¿Tiene
find
algo a mi
you.
nombre?
Dubois. Dubois. Here we
Dubois.
are.
Dubois.
You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
¿Qué clase de peli es?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
the call is terminated by the other party. You're left with the discomforting sound of the disconnect tone.
Sí, nos colgó.
The payphone hands
Bueno.
mute. The
Vamos
file
otra vez a ver el
cabinet
archivero.
stands steady as ever. Slide it. Remember, Leo.
Echarle otra vista a la nota.
Everart's shoes. All items on the list have been crossed. Hundreds of and the same materials you already went through. The drawer slide.
Ok, cerrar. Y pues nada más. Vamos para acá. No lo sé, no lo sé. No sé de qué me sirva irme del otro lado. Volveré cabeza cronocráneo, algo así se llama. Ah, sí, vamos a hablar con este cuate con mañana.
So,
Call me mañana.
how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Una
It's but
utopía
a rest
obrera.
area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Ebrard dice que
Aquí,
tienes
¿no?
cierta llave.
What door is this key supposed to open?
Esperaba que tú me lo
Of
contaras.
course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
No la abro por mí, sino por todos los
I knew
trabajadores
this
del
man
mundo.
was a coming. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
¿Alguna cosa más que debas saber sobre esto? ¿O sobre la comadreja?
I'm more of
¿Cuándo
a
estará en casa?
philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
Oye, ¿sabes
Los
algo de los
Hardys?
chicos de Hardy?
They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility.
Qué curioso, un grupo independiente, a
They're
pesar de que
sort
son
of
el
like you.
sindicato.
Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. We're
¿A qué se debe la
negotiating our
huelga?
share.
¿Vuestro trozo de pastel? Espera, ¿no están negociando los sueldos, las pensiones ni cosas de esas?
They already covered.
Entonces no deberían estar agradecidos. Es mucho más de lo que aspira a la
Never
gente
grateful.
por estos lares.
Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece.
¿Cómo de grande les gustaría
All
que
of it.
fuera ese trozo de pastel?
However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Algo me dice que te están utilizando también a ti o tu ideología para mantener el puerto cerrado.
This
Algo me
seditious
lo
talk
dice.
sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page. Communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud.
¿Eres
No.
comunista?
I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Qué padre frase. Lo único que frena a una persona de conseguir algo son los no puedo y los no debería. Pero las cosas que hace se alinean estupendamente bien con la República Mundial. ¿Por qué no
I have
definirte
nothing
como
against
comunista?
communists. They are honorable boyaderos. And they have good analysis. But my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I will have to sub a new one, which may well be communism.
Hablas como si fueras un comunista que cree que no hace lo suficiente como
See,
para
I'm
considerarse como
primarily a
tal.
lazy person.
Tu jefe Everett,
I
¿qué
think
puedes
it's best you
contarme
make up your
sobre
own
él?
mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
¿Qué implica ser el
I guess
jefe
you
de
kind of get to
sindicato
be the village
exactamente?
chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
Esto podría a veces resumirse en que uno en política elige el mal menor, el menos peor. Y es una realidad porque no importa incluso si el candidato es el mejor, su gabinete o su partido puede estar del asco, ¿no? O al revés, puede que sea un buen partido o un buen gabinete, pero él como líder como tal no es bueno. Son tonos de grises, caray. Y a veces sí, uno se decide por el mal menor, al menos roba, pero me da a mí. Lo cual no debería de ser para empezar, pero... Vamos a ver otra cosa. El escritorio ese que tiene se me antoja bastante lujoso.
Reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Pasas mucho tiempo meditando la situación política
I had
actual,
the
¿no?
necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. No.
A lo mejor soy un boyadero.
No.
Podría.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time.
¿Tienes alguna idea de quién pudo
The mercenary,
asesinar al hombre ahorcado?
Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Al mercenario lo colgaron con una cinta de amarre muy específica, como las que suelen utilizar en zonas de carga pesadas, como en un
What a
puerto,
thought.
por ejemplo.
Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy
Empujarles como...
was an enemy combatant. He was an agent
Un
of the
momento, ¿qué quieres
opposition,
decir?
attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type,
¿Lo mataste tú?
but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Ha estado bien la charla, pero tengo prisa. Déjame pensar. Aquí sigue este individuo.
Right to work!
Ya habíamos revisado hasta este camión, no había nada. A ver si ya puedo ver lo de la estatua.
Stands in the middle.
No, bloqueado. ¿Quién sabe por qué? Se ha tardado mucho en desbloquearse. Ya hablamos con este. Hablamos también.
Still
Déjame
here,
ver si puedo hablar
stuck in
otra
this
cosa
damn
de él.
jam, my man. What's up?
Tengo entendido que uno de los conductores es una mujer, pero no creo que esté por aquí.
I don't wanna talk
¿Conoces a
about
la
that.
dama del volante? No pretendo entrometerme, pero necesito tu ayuda. Puede que esté
I
involucrada
was
en el
hoping
negocio
it
de
isn't
las
gonna be
drogas.
her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Te pregunté quién estaba detrás del tráfico de drogas y dijiste que no lo sabías.
I didn't, man.
Ahora resulta que sí.
I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. It's true. We would of course lie, but a kind heart is tricky. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
¿Quién es ella?
Thank God
¿Cómo
I
se llama?
don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why. A friend?
¿Qué relación tienes
An
con ella?
acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? A youngish woman.
¿Qué aspecto
Gruff,
tiene?
but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to...
¿Cuándo se marchó?
Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Créenos.
I
Bueno,
just can't, man.
sí,
I'm
créenos,
not
es así.
naive.
Has dicho que tenía problemas.
She's got the
¿Qué
darkness
clase de
in her.
problemas?
That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
¿No será la Cindy
She
¿cómo
shared
se llama?
this
¿La
with you?
calavera?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
No te pedimos que seas un soplón, ni nada.
It's
Solo queremos
snitching, man.
hacerte unas pocas
I know
preguntas.
what it is.
Tengo entendido que
heard
todos
the rumors.
la temen. ¿Tú no?
I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. The way it worked.
Un
The
momento, su
trouble it
mente.
was giving her.
¿Cuándo se
Fuck,
fue?
man.
¿Se dejó el camión
Go
aquí?
grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances, and he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will
Sí,
break
es
his
extremo.
heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
O sea que da igual si otros la delatan.
Fine.
Lo que no quieres es
I don't wanna be a
ensuciarte las
butcher.
manos.
And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
Ponte en mi lugar. Esto me viene bien para otra investigación. No, la voy a poner. Ella es una sospechosa y necesito que me digas. O si, no, aquí. Ponte en mi lugar. Esto me viene bien para otra
You're not gonna
investigación.
put a
Es
bullet in your
importante,
head
no
if
puedo
you
echarlo
blow
a
it, are
perder.
Because she...
Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
Ella es una sospechosa. Y necesito que me digas dónde está. O no podré llevar a cabo la
I
investigación.
thought you were a different kind of cop.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends.
Here,
¿Dónde está la dama del volante?
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain lock.
her lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
Nuevamente operarán para investigación. ¿Algo más? Por ejemplo,
I don't
¿dónde
know.
está ahora?
She left them to me
¿Por qué tienes tú las
because
llaves?
she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise,
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
I bet you are.
Lamento haber tenido que
And
hacer
he's
eso.
sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
Nah,
Una cosa más
I need to
sobre otro
think my
tema.
own thoughts now. Pray forgiveness for my sins. Go check your cabin. Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
No quería hacerlo, pero era necesario para la investigación.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
The glass on the side windows
Asomarte
is
por la
tinted
ventanilla.
and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of the seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too. The door is
Probar
locked.
con el
The
tirador de la
handle
puerta.
looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no picking this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design. You push
Abrir
the
la
key
puerta con la
into the
llave
lock
que te
and
entregó Tom.
turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just... The smell of cigarettes and perfume
Abrirla.
welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near those. These are movie posters
Admirar
featuring
los pósters.
starlets from long-forgotten films, from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. The actress is draped in a
Examinar el
sheath dress,
desplegable.
one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent, her tragic and timely death. She wasted away in a drug den
¿Qué le ocurrió?
called The Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too. The actresses and the rear
Dejar en
actor
paz los
all
pósters.
smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Looks like the frequency dial is
Examinar
absent.
la radio.
It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady diver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
For contacting an entire
¿Para qué
fleet of
querría
lawmen, for
alguien
example.
tantas emisoras?
This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Doesn't look like it.
¿Podemos
It's
hacer algo
completely
con la
inoperable
radio?
without the dial key.
The smell of 1,000
¿Qué más hay
cigarettes,
por ahí,
some
por
actresses,
aquí?
and a rusty old toolbox under the seat. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel. to get a better
comprobar
look.
los pedales.
Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
¿Lija? Si es lija, recuerden el par de zapatos de mujer que uno estaba desgastado, o no sé si eran de mujer, pero de un par estaba desgastado. Al parecer el conductor pegó un trozo de papel de lija al acelerador para tener algo de agarre adicional. El papel de lija también borraría el patrón de la suela de la bota derecha del conductor. Una de las huellas en la escena del crimen tenía cierta anomalía. Una suela era más lisa que la otra.
Looks like her, yes.
Espera, ¿el octavo Hardy desaparecido aquí? Y además también es la que dirige el tráfico de drogas. ¿Qué guerra da la tía?
Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
No necesariamente. La dama del volante pudo haber mantenido en secreto el tráfico de drogas.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio chatter sits the center console and a faint smell of perfume is in the air. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat.
Sacar la caja de herramientas extraíble.
For a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Peripherique from last Wednesday.
Abrir el
A piece of
periódico.
paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine.
Recoger la nota.
Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back in SNES.
Empujar la caja de herramientas de vuelta a su sitio.
Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything.
Cerrar la puerta.
A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Bueno, y vamos a dejarlo hasta aquí. Vamos a guardar partida y continuaremos en el siguiente episodio. Bastante bueno, Aquí se descubrieron un par de cosas. Ya saben, si no los veo, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Cuídense mucho. Un abrazo. Espero que puedan tomar hoy una buena taza de café. A mí me encanta. Gracias por estar aquí. Y ya sea que les guste o no mi contenido, aún así les aprecio el tiempo que han invertido para poder estar aquí. Incluso si alguien por error abrió unos segundos, sin querer ya me regalaron un poco de su tiempo, y el tiempo es lo más importante que tenemos. Así que por eso mismo se los agradezco, y al mismo tiempo también yo les doy un poco de mi tiempo, les regalo un poco de mi tiempo haciendo esto que me gusta, y esperando que pueda hacer de su día un poco mejor, un poco menos pesado. Inspirarlos a que si no juegan este tipo de juegos puedan jugar algo más que les guste. Recuerden que hoy en día es un poco complicado el podernos divertir. Inclusive, aunque suene un poco extraño, ¿cómo decirlo? En esta sociedad hiperproductiva, todas las actividades han quedado supeditadas a los estándares de la productividad. Detenerse sin ningún motivo hoy también es rebelarse. Sí, esa parte la leí, pero es muy cierta. Hoy en día pareciera que todo nuestro tiempo libre tiene que estar instrumentalizado en que tenemos que hacer cosas, tenemos que mejorar, tenemos que producir. No, des un tiempo, por favor, para ustedes mismos. Cuídense mucho y nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Los quiero, los aprecio. Cuídense.